Folks, I am not trying to barrage you with irregular verbs, but I'm going to do it anyway because this is Irregular Verbs subjunctive edition. Now, again, I'm not going to address, every irregularity in the subjunctive, only the ones that I think might throw you off, right? There are other potential things with the subjunctive that could throw you off, but those are things that are not unique to irregular verbs. Those are just things about the subjunctive that might throw you off. What I really want to talk about are the bits about irregular verbs that you couldn't already guess, because there are a lot of ways in which the irregular subjunctives behave the same way as regular subjunctives. So I'm not going to touch that in this video. But what I do want to touch is sumessa, because sumessa is always our most important and most irregular verb. And right off the bat, you get something that you don't really see anywhere else, which is that the present subjunctive is sim, sis, sit, simus, sitis, and sint. Right? This does not look like a first, second, third, or fourth conjugation subjunctive present verb. It just doesn't. That said, it still looks like sum, and it's not that hard to memorize. So make sure that you see this and you know this and you memorize it. In terms of the other forms, I'm not going to get into those because if you know the rules for forming an imperfect, you can still do that with the principal parts. If you know the rules for forming a perfect, you can still do that with the principal parts. If you know the rules for forming a pluperfect, you can still do that with the principal parts. But this is something that you cannot do alone with the principal parts. You actually have to know this fact, that when you make sum into the present subjunctive, it's sim, sis, sit, simos, sitis, and sint. Now, here's the saving grace, is all of the other weird present subjunctives for irregular verbs kind of look like this. They all kind of look the same. Like, for instance, wolo. I can't explain why the O turns into an E, but it does, and after that, it's just the same im, is, it, willem, willis, willit, willimus, willitis, and wellint. It's even easier if you do this with nolo, where it's nolum, etc., or malo, where it's malum, etc. And also, when edo is irregular, when it's edo essa, edin, etc. So that's one little cool thing. And also, of course, compounds assume, right? Like possum, or if you think of other compounds assume, just, sum with a prefix on the front, the same rules apply. Sum becomes sim, etc. All right? So that's just a real quick little bit. If you don't know what subjunctives are, then this video wasn't for you. Or if you're, in like level 3 or 4 and you don't know what subjunctives are, you need to review the subjunctives. Go watch one of my subjunctive videos. I know there aren't a lot of videos on subjunctives at the time of this uploading, but give me a little bit of time and there will be, unless you're watching this in the future, and then there definitely already are. All right? So that's what there is, at least for now, on irregular subjunctives. Bye.